Alright lads, it's time for part 2 of the plant tour while the hoover's going, unfortunately. We forgot this last week. This is a little air plant. It looks dead. It is in fact alive. You just have to spray it every so often and it kicks off. Right, now to the rest of the plants. Unfortunately we have to go past the hoover, so that's going to be noisy, and I'm sorry about that. Alright, so our journey starts here with these two orchids. I don't really like orchids, they're very slow, but they are alive and maintaining, although this one has mealybugs, so we'll have to clean it up. This is a spider plant, which has flourished in here and is growing these huge stems with like babies all over them. There's more stems with babies on. This one we've led into a jar. I'm just waiting for it to kind of root. Well, it does have some roots already, you can see on the bottom there. And we'll plant it in its own thing. This is an avocado plant that my sister's growing, which is also doing really well actually, suddenly. Let me come around here. Oops, sorry. Here we have a bonsai from my grandmother, which we need to work on because it's kind of been in this pot for years. I don't really like this moss, I'm going to change it up. There's the cactus, which I'm not super fond of. The cat used to knock this one over all the time, but it has maintained. Yes, I'm doing this now. There's this big thing, which I'm very fond of. It's got a name. That is its name. This used to be mine, but I've given it to my sister. This is dying, unfortunately. It's the second one of these I've had, which is dying. Tom killed the first, though. This is a tiny little cutting of that yellowy pinky hedge there, which we have taken and put in this little thing. And as you can see, it's growing roots. So we'll be planting that probably today, in the hope that we will grow a mini version of that hedge. This is a plant from a friend, which also needs repotting, but it needs orchid soil, so we need to go and get that. And she was trying to like bonsai it, I think, but it's very flexible. I don't know that it can be bonsaied. Here we have the last of the aubergines, which isn't doing super well, I think because we've had it indoors and it's gotten quite thirsty, so we'll try and repot this today and rejuvenate it. There's another one of my, this is one of the two original cacti I got on that fateful trip to IKEA with you lot. That is much taller now. This is the other plant my grandma gave me, which is this weird leafy succulent. When she was growing it, it grew straight, and then she gave it to me, and it fell over. So she's going to be disappointed. This is another asparagus fern. This is from the original one. I split that into 3, I think 3. Yeah, 3, and this is the second one. The first one's in my room, and then the other one's still at my place in the bathroom. And we go outside. To this plant over here, which is the other of those original cacti, which again was like that tall in a pot and is now this enormous citadel of growth, which, as we can see from like the little bits here, is actively trying to spread. I don't really know what to do with it. It grows so fast, it immediately fills whatever I put it in, so let's consider. Over here we've got 3 little cacti. So this one is from my uncle who lives in Lincolnshire, who just gave it to me because he found out I liked plants, which is tall, but I might try and encourage it to grow out sideways because it's a bit boring that way. This is also from him. This is a bunny ears cactus, which you can probably tell why, because it grows these little things on top, and with the rain recently it has exploded, so very glad it's doing that. This I've had for years, and I cannot tell if it is dead or not. It just looks like this all the time. Just sort of beaten up and sad and the same, so that's a shame. These 2 trays are full of random seeds that me and my dad found and decided to use. Those have all got various flowers in. That's my flatmate's tomatoes and various other bits that she's given to me to take care of. And then there's a lot of lettuce and stuff out here. We've also got a new bamboo that I picked up on the weekend, last weekend. So I wanted one, although in hindsight I could have just taken one of my dad's several bamboos and done some stuff with it. Probably a waste really. This is a golden golden berry plant I picked up also at the same time as the bamboo, which I need to repot, I think, because it is in a very small pot and it's very tall, so we want it to do well. This is peas. We got 3 little pea plants that couldn't have been taller than my handspan about 2 or 3 weekends ago. Put them in a pot, gave them some sticks, and up they go. They're building this enormous structure. What else have we got out here? A lot of this is my dad's. Like, that's my dad's sage, and you can see all the salad and stuff. That there, I picked that up, is pale green succulent, which I absolutely love, but it's flowered like yellow flowers, which was a bit of a surprise. We've got 3 thyme plants, 1 there and 2 in there, which I got as a birthday present last year, I think, some kind of present. And they it was a Christmas present, and they're all different kinds of time. This one's flowering, actually. That's good to see. Which we dug out of my old garden and brought here to steal. And then these 2 weren't doing so well in my old garden, so we planted them in the yard there, and they basically just rejuvenated. They each smell of thyme, but this one is lemon thyme, which you can't tell because this is a video, so sorry about that. This is another kind of thyme. That one's more like herby. I guess it's more herby. Now, one thing I'm kind of excited for at the moment is this pot here with apparently nothing living in. These 2 root balls are both spider plants, but they're like genetically more rugged ones. Now there were 3 in this large stone container here, but we took 2 of them. One of them was still a bit alive, and we put that in the kitchen, and the other 2 weren't doing anything. But I think there's enough mass of root there that if we just give it enough water for long enough, it will come back to life, which is what I've done here. And I think there are some tiny little bits of that are starting to turn green. So hopefully they'll kick off, and we will have brought them basically back from the dead. This is from my grandma. She didn't give it like specifically to me. She just had too much of it and was like, take some. And it smells really strongly of like vanilla. And it was a bit on its last legs, and then after this massive rainstorm, it's just exploded. So very pleased with that. And that's about everything, really, I think. Oh, there's the, behind this thing with the white flowers, there's the rosemary bush that the rosemary in the front room's taken from. And yeah, this is our humble little estate that we work in. Yeah, that's it.